I think that the most important thing that people and students can learn in hunter education is safety.
Safety is the end of it. It really is not the firearm.
Before handguns can be fired properly, men must first complete basic training with the pistol.
The most important thing they teach in gun safety courses is to always treat a gun as if it were loaded. So that's one. Number two would be never point it at anything that you don't intend to destroy. And number three would be don't put your finger on the trigger unless you actually intend for it to go off.
Gun abuse can be prevented very simply by appropriate training. And NRA has a great program called the Eddie Eagle program. Not available in most of the school districts, but some school districts have taken it up.
Stop! Don't touch! I'm Eddie Eagle, and I like you too much to see you get hurt, and that's why I say, if you spot a gun, just walk away. Go find an adult, go tell him what you found. Guns shouldn't be left lying around. Yeah, stop! Don't touch! Leave the area, tell an adult.
I became involved with firearms back in the early 90s by actually shooting black powder. My husband and I were doing historical reenacting, and at first I had no desire to handle firearms. But after a period of time, I saw how fun it was to go on these trail walks and shoot at these targets and build that skill of hunting, that skill of using firearms.
Safety is important for guns because guns can be extremely dangerous. You have to have a good level of respect and understanding of what a gun can do. Just like a car, you have to, take safety courses to drive a car. Safety courses for guns are a great idea for people who are interested and want to handle a gun.
Hunters have a really important role in conservation by ensuring that species are protected, by following the safety rules in the 10 Commandments.
To make sure that you're not doing things that are exploratory in nature, as most children would do.
Hunters can ensure that when they're out in the field, people don't get hurt.
Teaching gun safety definitely does teach awareness.
One of the most important things in combat firing is the correct grip on the gun stop.
The safety principles are ingrained in our training time after time. So, for instance, if one of the instructors saw an officer with their finger on the trigger when it shouldn't be, they're going to be reminded that that's not a safe procedure.
The responsibility and the maturity of the individual who is using the firearm, that is the item that determines how much harm is done or not to society. And I think that, as you see in the news, there is much less problem from gun safety, and I don't have the statistics in front of me, than there is from drunk drivers.
We need to find out what we need to do to make our streets safer, our communities safer.
Guns benefiting society would be the ability for society to protect itself and remain free.
I believe it's more important to be comfortable with firearms instead of afraid. Education is key, because if you know how to safely handle or understand what a gun can do, then you don't need to be afraid of it.
Without taking the time to do courses like this, we have a hunting population that doesn't understand how to handle firearms, the benefits to our society of doing hunting and conservation, and how to be safe in general.
That said, if you don't have the background or education, and if you're afraid of them, just don't touch them or go near them.
Cross our hearts, we promise never, never to be curious again.
Do 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 do.